Hi, Mandeep. I'm so excited to have you today with me. You are the author of The Values Compass, What 101 Countries Teach Us About Purpose, Life, and Leadership. You're also a 2021 top thinker to watch, and you have been shortlisted for the 2021 Business Book Awards in the Diversity, Inclusion, and Equality category. Wow. Can you tell me a little bit about your book in a few sentences?
Yes, for sure. Great to be here, and thank you for having me. I would say the wow is you, and thank you for letting me share about the book. So this is the Values Compass, and it takes you to 101 different countries. Actually, there's a bonus chapter, it takes you to 102, but yeah, regardless. So we're in 101 different countries, and it takes you in a very colourful way through these nations and shows you how each nation is using a slightly different value to bring out the very best of themselves. So the way, for example, America will pivot, and pivot until it gets to the right idea, and its entrepreneurial nature. Or the way we see respect being used in every aspect of Japanese society, or the way there's a sense of solidarity in Madagascar. Right now, Madagascar is facing its third year of severe drought, and the way the community comes together to be one another's insurance policy. The pragmatism we see in China, for example, or the attention to detail that you always see in Italy, whether it's through design or fashion, and most recently, actually, in their reaction to the pandemic. So these values you can visualize, you can see, you might have experienced, and the book encourages you to think, well, what would it mean for that value to come into your life, or to be number one, or number two, or number three as a priority in your life? And the book then encourages you to do a deep dive into what really matters most to you, helps you pick your kind of core 5 values, and then helps you prioritize those so that they really make an impact in your decision making.
Interesting. And how can we incorporate the values that animate a nation into our own lives?
So once you see how it works elsewhere, I take you through a very quick, I say deliberately quick so that you're more likely to do it. But it's a process that helps you figure out of all those possible 101 values, what would make the biggest change in your life, or what takes you into the aspirational part of your life that you're wanting, or indeed, what legacy do you want to leave? And so, what's most important to you, and helps you decipher those so that the drumbeat of decisions that we're making in life are easier to make because you have done the thinking in the forefront.
That sounds very interesting. And what value have you incorporated into your own life after writing this book?
I think I was always curious, and freedom was always important to me. And as soon as the book came out, lockdown happened. I don't even normally use that word. I like to call circuit breaker or something else. Um, And so, knowing those few values were important to me and that they'll be harder to live by, I then took deliberate actions to make sure that those things that kind of kept me going, that have me motivated, that light me up, were still incorporated in my life, even though my context was totally different and it was harder to put them in.
Wow, that's fascinating. And I know you have a great testimonial from the Dalai Lama, no less than the Dalai Lama. So, what value did the Dalai Lama share with you that you can share with us today?
Well, His Holiness is almost, for me, almost beyond a person. They it I don't know if radiance is a value or light, but that's what first kind of hit me. And then their sense of compassion and forgiveness and love. So, for example, when I spoke to them about Tibet and how difficult it must be to be living in exile, they showed me the long-term picture and the bigger vision of what a difference it could make if, rather than just Tibet, this sense of devotion or spirituality actually would spread much further because of the Chinese occupation. So
Wow,
that's
that's
very forward thinking, right?
inspiring. Light, love, compassion, and the bigger picture. And so finally, where can people find your book right now?
On really any local bookstore, firstly. It's been published in several different languages, but I would encourage you to go to your local bookstore or indeed your library. And then, of course, there's always Amazon. It's available everywhere. And if it isn't, please get in touch with me. I'm in on every social media platform under Mandeep Rai or Dr. Mandeep Rai. And my website is www.mandeep-rai.com. And I work with organizations and individuals in order for them to get to their core values. But the book takes you a long, long, long way to do that. So I really encourage you to just, in this moment of reset, when everyone's kind of thinking about how they want to emerge from the pandemic stronger, better, in a kind of a new life, this is the moment to think about it and make it happen.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Mandeep, for being here today. It was really great to have you today.
Great to be here. Thank you.